they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun.
Good morning to you.
Lórí Facebook.
Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary politico.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And if you have, shared the broadcast, you should read the caption as well. Read the description of the entire conversation. And relax. Sit back and relax. And then be part of this.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you. What you have on your screen right now is not some furniture being moved to, a finished furniture being moved to their permanent site. These are the killed Nigerians in two communities in southern Kaduna. It was horrible.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra kì.
Thank you very much. So once again, good evening to you, and good morning to you, and good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live once again. We are starting on a very, very sad note. You have been reading about the killings in southern Kaduna in Nigeria and those behind that. But there are some historical, facts that we must not in any way exempt or ignore while we are reacting to any kind of current, happenings or reality. So to say, APC, Egbekegbe, is the conglomeration of heartless, cold-hearted criminals. That's a contrast, Abi. When you are heartless, you are not supposed to have any heart that is cold. I said conglomeration of all sorts of the evil you can think of. And I am not saying this because there are saints anywhere per se, But I'm talking about their actions, their policies, their motives, and every way from the word go, how they, influence, not just influence, no, how they watered this terrorist seed that has now germinated into blood-sucking monster. And guess what? That is not leaving us anytime soon. Here is the story. You see that southern Kaduna in Kaduna of Nigeria. Okay, put it this way. Kaduna State, just like many other states categorized as northern states in Nigeria, when it comes to religion, it's always 50-50. Are you with me? There is no real majority, except for when they want to use when they want to use this number for political manipulation. So under APC, Egbekegbe, when El Rufaya came in, or should I say, before them, the people of Southern Kaduna, when they say Southern Kaduna local government area, yeah, or the Southern Kaduna entirely, is dominated mostly by Christians. So over time, they have been like warding off, fighting off those Fulani terrorist invaders. It didn't start, all of this didn't start under APC. It started before them. But the difference is that back then, the people were able, or should I say, they were allowed to defend themselves. And somehow, they were also getting help, proper help from Nigeria, right? But immediately, APC, Egbekegbe came in. El Rufaya, Kasala busted. What happened? Either by plan or by plan, and at the same time, by plan again, the government of Nigeria under APC, Egbekegbe, they actually have this. Take a look at this. So, Kaduna is not just Kaduna. Before we now delve fully into the crisis, Kaduna is not just like any other state in Nigeria. Kaduna is like the Pentagon of Nigeria. Is that right? Because Pentagon is like the headquarters of where they decide all the security wherever in America. Okay, let me use that. Let me use that analogy because that's what comes to my head right now, right? Kaduna is like, it should be like the fortress of Nigeria's security. If you are hearing about insecurity anywhere in Nigeria, Kaduna should naturally, ordinarily feel safe. Not just Kaduna, including every neighboring state that surrounds Kaduna. Then the people themselves, who understands their terrain, who understands when they see the invaders who have always been visiting and they have always been like, pushed back. That would have been a safe place. But immediately, APC, Egbekegbe came in. Look at this. So, this is like Kaduna. When you want to look at Kaduna military-wise or Nigeria defense-wise, this is Kaduna in picture, okay? You have the Armed Forces Command and Staff College in Jaji, Kaduna. You have Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. You have the Nigerian Army of Artillery in Kaduna. You have the Nigerian Army Depot in Kaduna. You have the Nigerian Army Operation Base in Kaduna. You also have the Nigerian Navy School of Armament in Kaduna. Also, in that same Kaduna, you have Nigerian Police College, as well as Nigerian Police Force Training School or something like that. But when you begin to take the record of the places who have suffered, suffered unimaginable, mostly unexplainable glory experiences that started 7 years ago. And courtesy of the man who took the reign of the state and the flag, on the flag of APC, a little throwback, beg channels, they own credit for this clip. A bit of a throwback, please.
And yes, we offered them money. We said, look, if we have to pay you not to kill our people, we're happy to do it. Compensation for lives and property has foundations even in the Quran and the Bible. Frankly, as the governor of the state, this is where my opinion comes in. As I speak, we are aware of some church leaders that have been getting money from abroad to bury Christians that have been killed, to rebuild thousands of churches that have been destroyed, because the more they put this on social media and give the impression that Christians are being targeted, the more dollars flow in.
Is there your proof of this?
I will not say proof. The security agencies have been monitoring, and when we put it all together, you'll be surprised which people we are going to prosecute.
We have less than 90 seconds.
There are people in southern Kaduna, political leaders, church leaders, that are selling a narrative of exclusion, that only indigenes should live there, only people of a particular religion should live there. Now, unless people agree to live in peace and know that this is Nigeria, no one can chase anyone out, we will not have peace.
You get that? Right, that is what El Rufaya said sometimes in 2017. Around that time, thousands have been killed. Tens of thousands have been displaced. And you heard him. The reason why there is crisis in southern Kaduna is because some religious leaders, Christians, some political leaders, according to him, Christians, they are insisting that only people of particular religion can live there. What is that particular religion? Islam. Who are those bringing the Islam who are now having to kill people? They are meeting in that same southern Kaduna. Who are they? The Fulani terrorists that he paid to return if they have lost anything during the time that they were not protected in Kaduna. Now, listen to this. That's why I said that their evil camp is not by accident, it is by plan. The crisis in southern Kaduna is by plan. The death that they record every day is by plan. But guess what? Something happened when they realized that it was their paramount ruler, this man. Whenever you heard about the Adara of Adara Kingdom, the Agomadara, Agomadara is like let me describe what this person was to the people of Adara Kingdom, which cut across majority part of, southern Kaduna. Now, this man, before they killed him, okay, on this issue of southern Kaduna, okay, he was like, the Oba of Lagos. That you can say, oh, Oba of Lagos, the leader of all Obas in Lagos, Abi, is like the Alaafin of Oyo, the paramount ruler of the Oyo kingdom, right? The Awujale of Ijebu land, Ijebu kingdom. Are you with me? That is the kind of paramount, the kingship he held. The Agoma Adara. You know how they killed him, He was invited for peace talk by El Rufaya in Kaduna, to come to Kaduna for a peace talk. Now, he went. When he got there, it was sat up like the governor wasn't around. They told him. So they delayed him until nearly very late for him to get back to his kingdom. There was no provision for him to sleep in Kaduna. He didn't make any for himself. You know what happened? Himself, his wife, and his driver, they decided to travel back from Kaduna to his kingdom. On their way, the Fulani terrorists that has been terrorizing his kingdom and his people, they kidnapped him. Now, when they kidnapped him, they shot his driver. They kidnapped him. They kidnapped his wife. They now demanded for ransom millions of naira. They raped his wife for 7 days, right? After collecting the ransom from the people of his kingdom, guess what? 2-3 days after that, they dumped his body just next on the footpath that is just the turn to his kingdom. A paramount ruler was killed. You can't even kill a dog like that, and you will never be kind of rebuked for it. So they killed him. All this is what they do. For those who know the history of the Fulani terrorists, their elites are the ones in power. But you see those ones they give guns to. The way they do is that they are so barbaric that when they unleash, they are kind of cowards, by the way. Very, very, very cowardish. Tricky and cunning. But here is how much of coward they are. When they want to attack a community, apart from the cover they get from their elite politicians in government. I'm saying this to you because it's true. Okay? This is what I'm just saying to you right now. In Nigeria is a crime. For me having to go this deep, telling you, and then mentioning some names like that, including repeatedly mentioning the Fulani terrorists. All this will hand me a sort of a free cell in their different dungeons where they have locked people who choose not to be coward like myself. They are a bunch of cowards. Okay, number one, in southern Kaduna and elsewhere, they are trying to force the indigenous people to vacate their ancestral land for them to resettle. Now, normally, if you need the land anywhere, like you want to build a house or you want to build a farm or whatever you want to build, and if you don't have any kind of inheritance that includes land, then that means you have to cough out some money to procure that same land for whatever purpose you are trying to use it for. You don't go around and then group yourselves, get some guns and all of that, and start killing people. So when El Rufai said some people in southern Kaduna and their leaders, royal fathers, they are insisting that only some religion, a particular religion is not allowed. That means they don't allow Islam in southern Kaduna. That is the propaganda they are selling. Are there no Muslims in southern Kaduna? Of course there are Muslims. Are there no mosques in southern Kaduna? Of course there are mosques. But the point here is this: the Fulani terrorists, from God knows where they are from, they are pushing the indigenous people from their ancestral land, and these are targeted areas. They are not like miscellaneous. Do you understand? All of these terrorist acts, they are targeted. There are targeted areas. And all of the targeted areas from northern Nigeria, from the middle belt part of Nigeria down to southern part of Nigeria, all these areas have been mapped out. And the only way they could get them, in their own view, is to use violence. So the people who are the leaders of the southern Kaduna, El Rufai arrested hundreds of them. Without trial, they locked them up somewhere. Because according to him, they are the people causing the problem in southern Kaduna. They are the people who don't want peace. They are what they wanted. Do you see this Ruga that you are hearing? Is exactly what El Rufai is practicing codedly in Kaduna. And thousands of people are dying for it. And he's not doing it alone. As much as all these security headquarters, armamenti, force this, force that, are based in Kaduna, but they are so powerless that they can't defend ordinary Kaduna, talk less of Nigeria. That should tell you something. But the people know better. They have been targeted, they have been arrested, they have been vilified, and all of this have been done by the El Rufai of Kaduna, simply because the people of southern Kaduna, they don't want to give up their lands. That's just it. So how do you get them to give up their land? It's by unleashing First, you have to get their leaders. Kill the ones you can kill. Jail the ones you can jail. Their youth, oh dear. Let me tell you another story about that. Some of you, whenever you see those, when you see those pictures of people killed on social media, you react like, what are they waiting for? Why can't they just go and defend? Why can't they just fight back? What is all this nonsense? They will just kill all of you. Look at it. You are just talking nonsense, or you are talking out of ignorance. We are talking about cowards that are working according to the timetable and the target of their sponsor. And their sponsor are the people in government, in power, who have everything within their capacity, which they have done so many times, to weaken the people for them before the terrorists will come in. But guess something, Guess something. These 40 people they killed in those two communities in southern Kaduna, they have names, they are all Christians. Not just that. There are people that are, there's some instances where a whole family, including their children, everybody, grandfather, grandmother, daddy, mommy, children, all wiped out in this program. Now, that's what they have to deal with because they are not leaving their land for them. Some areas where people have run away and left their land, some of these places, from the record that we have heard, they have, El Rufaya has appointed emirs, appointed Fulani terrorists as emirs in those places right now. You may not know much about it because, of course, how many will you remember? Killings here, killings there, every day killing, kidnapping. Which one will you even remember anymore? That's exactly the point. You will get so used to it that it will become you will become so indifferent when you see the state-sponsored terrorism like it is happening in Kaduna. I'll show you. We all need to go and get our guns. We need to do this and that. That is, if you are facing these coward ragtag criminals who are so coward that they will go and hide on motorway, expressway, waiting for defenseless travelers. Then they will just stop. Go. Take them. They will be bragging, doing all of that. Cowards. When they go into communities, they go in the middle of the night, dead of the night. When they know that people are sleeping, then guess what? They will start setting people's homes ablaze. While everybody is running out in that chaos, in their own undress, they will open fire on them, feeling powerful, feeling, you know what I mean? Because they know if anything should happen, it will be them walking away from that scene without any of them being arrested or even the fear of being arrested. They know that. So it's a field day for armless people. So how do you call those ones powerful? Now, when you now have a situation whereby Nigeria's defense system, the Nigerian security, intelligence system, network, and the rest of them, they have become so powerless that these ragtag terrorists are invading military barracks where they are keeping arms and ammunition. They are shooting their way into different armory in Nigeria, cutting away different weapons to the point that now cows, they tell us, say they cause wahala. Now, terrorists who are claiming to be cow herders, they now have anti-aircraft, what's they call it? A ground-to-air launcher. They can shoot down a fighter jet. They did shoot down a fighter jet, by the way. But all over, hey, don't talk like that. Don't politicize the security. But guess what? After they killed these people, after they turned these people into this sorrowful mood, 40 people killed in two communities and without any single security response from anywhere in Kaduna. No single response all through. Right? Now, when they were done and gone, the Nigeria military and the rest of them now moved in to stop the young people from grouping and going after them or whatever. If anyone tried to do anything, you will be arrested. Carry your dead bodies. Go and bury them. Well, you know, as much as they will never open any real investigation into all these killings, there is no time these killings were committed, and you begin to put one and two together, and you will not be able to see the hand of Nigeria in it. When they are doing their, what do you call it? The state-sponsored terrorism in eastern Nigeria, when they were breaking prisons, when they were like, you know, all of that, you could see the hand of Nigeria in them. Depends on where you are looking. How could the government just allow terrorists to go and kill people? I said, then you are so naive. And you can be forgiven. I mean, you can say you are ignorant of it. The survivors who finally went there, they said, listen, whether you are buying AK-47, you are wearing bulletproof, and the rest of that, the terrorists that came to the southern Kaduna to commit this killing, the type of weaponry that they used, sorry about that blinking, okay? I think my battery must be like shorting. Give me a sec. 1 moment. I'll try and fix that if it gets fixable. If it's not, I just hope, you know, hang on.
You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
Yes, so everybody will chop breakfast. So the survivors were able to pick up, like I was saying, by the way, we need to do this or that, man. The weapons that Nigeria borrow money to buy are the weapons that the terrorists are mostly parading, and Nigeria knows. And who is Nigeria? APC, a Bekebese-led terrorist government, a bloodthirsty one, who blamed everyone but themselves. Now, take a look at this. These terrorists were shooting anti-tank, anti-aircraft, anti-concrete bullets at civilians. People who are like women, children running here and there. Hey, hey, bo, 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 bo. Baba. They were not shooting just AK-47 bullets. They were shooting the bullet that if it touches fighter jets, if like few of them touches fight, it go crash. If the bullet enter concrete, it go enter and break them into pieces, enter them. If you are wearing bulletproof, you are as dead as dodo. You no go hear the sound. That was what the kind of bullet they were shooting that killed 40 people. They have names, by the way. I'll show you. For the eyewitness. Take a look at this.
They pick this one in this one has green color. Green color.
This is live. Are you seeing how we are holding? These are live ammunition. Yes. From the machine guns. These are from machine guns. This is what was used. And this is Nigerian military. This is Nigerian military.
Do you get that now? In I don't know if I pronounce this right. I think it's called it's called the Eha Amofu in Enugu, where they killed 28 people. from those who managed to record them when they were doing all of that, they saw those, the assailants, the murderers, the terrorists, Fulani terrorists, they were wearing the sort of Nigeria military gear. They didn't pick up bullet to show to us, or bullet casings. But imagine, the what do you call it? The British government, or let's say British military issued bullets that are meant to be used at the war front. Imagine that in the UK, thousands of people are being killed. And when you look at the shell of those bullets, they are the bullets issued by the British government. This is not like bullets you buy out there, or American government issued bullets, live ammunition. They always have their brand on it. It's different from what you can buy on the counter. Terrorists came to civilian community and they used that. And as we are watching this video, none of them is arrested. None of them will be arrested. The people will bury their dead, just like the Shiites did when the same El Rufai and then Buratai the Butcher, when they killed over 1,400 Shiites in December 2015, just 6 months after they came in. The same Kaduna, El Rufai was so proud of the murder, of the massacre, that he bragged openly about it.
Idan aka samu shege suka ce dan sara suka zai shiga kun shekara 7. Wannan irin wannan matakai shi muka ɗauka da muka samu matsala da mutanen alzazzaki. Da haka muka yi maganinsu, ya zama sai Abuja suke zuwa su yi shegensu, amma ba su yi a jihar. Idan Allah ya yarda, Allah ya yarda, wa'anda in sara suka da taimakon domin sai al'umma sun fito sun ce wane da wane.
And you know the excuse they gave for killing over 1,400 Nigerians because they are Shiites is because they don't want another Boko Haram to happen. That's why they have to kill them. Harmless people, to be, you know. Well, those they killed in Kaduna, they have names. And just like every one of the information we have come across when they commit all these crimes, for the record, for the diary, they do have names. And here you go. They were buried in shallow mass grave after the massacre. Yeah. And let me see if I still have that clip of the burial. Hang on. Okay, I think I don't. Or should I? Okay, I think I do. But okay, briefly. So they do have names. Now take a look at this list on your screen as much as you can. Okay, the picture is a bit you know, sort of a blurry. I did my best to you know, bolding it so that it will be easier for those who are going to be reading and for those who are going to screenshots for sometime later. Yeah, these were the people killed in southern Kaduna. Look at their ages. 41, 19, 41, 30, 49, you know, even 70, 15 years old. You see that? Kids, 16 years old, 16 teenagers who got slaughtered by these terrorists. And this is what it is like in southern Kaduna communities. Help is not going to come. And the government of APC, Egbekegbe, in that state, El Rufai, this is one of the ways El Rufai earned his name. Is a hell of, you know, a terrorist, so to say. So now, if you take a look at some, what he has been doing is to ensure the sustenance of that violence. And I think he succeeded when he challenged them that they continue to claim that they are Christians, that they have numbers, they have this or that. That for that, he was going to choose a Muslim as his deputy for his second term. And he did choose a woman, a Muslim. So it was El Rufaya of Kaduna that first tried the Muslim ticket in a sort of a 50-50 religious state, and he didn't do it out of competence of his deputy. No, it was the crisis for the soul of Southern Kaduna that nobody knows even why they have to kill, and how many people they would have to kill before they are tired. So I hope the soul of the departed, they will get justice. I know that is a very, very luxurious word to say, that justice for the dead. I don't think anyone will actually get real justice. If you are dead, you are dead. Nigeria has happened to you. Well, that is why before Nigeria happened to you, you sometimes need to fight back in whatever way and form, capacity or shape. It doesn't really matter. You shouldn't just be found so docile, like somebody like a ram, waiting for this a stripper to the slaughter. With what I know, he did it, and he advised Tifnumbu not to worry. So there's going to be a lot of bloodshed, and prayers cannot avert them. You are dealing with anarchists, terrorists, sympathizers, funders. You are dealing with people who are like who have already done what you call the state capture. The state capture means Nigeria is already captured until all of you stop trying. I mean, until you stop trying to save Nigeria from them or for them. You should just get yourself prepared. And like I've said it many times, I don't wish you evil or bad. I just want you to know that in reality, which is true, in Nigeria, that APC, they have managed to, to sort of sustain in the last 7 years, a bloody one. It simply means that we are all victims in the waiting. When is it going to be my turn, your turn? When Nigeria will happen to any of us? That is why some of us are saying that before Nigeria happened to you, before Nigeria happened to all of us, that we would not be able to like fight back anymore. Before we become the statistics that you might not be lucky enough that your name is mentioned. We know the names of those who they killed in Kaduna just of 2 days now. But you know what I mean? You should speak out. You should do something. You see this Nigeria you see today, until it is gone. Seriously, you probably will be gone. Will be gone in no time if all of us, or if many of us, continue to try to play God. You could make a turn and name it. You can't. You are dealing with a serious, evil-minded anarchist who have no absolute respect for human life, and they will do anything and everything just to keep the power, because power is all they live for and not for humanity. Now they can pretend on so many fronts. They can use anything as a front that they are fighting for you. No, they are not. Not even you as a Muslim. Not even you as a Christian. None of them, whoever uses any of those, to hoodwink you, is doing so in the name of those religions. They don't give a damn about religion. They just have a way of pressing it as one of their own ways of manipulating you. So we are victims waiting to happen. Something happened just recently. Well, it was today that I got this clip. And what was that? Just a few days ago, we're talking about the confusion of the new Nigeria Naira note and all that, Abi. I want to go to that next. There's a reason why. Somebody sent me a clip. But before that, or should I say after that, I'll show you this. Take a look at this. I don't know what your experience has been. Have you seen their new money, their new notes, their new naira? Have you seen it? If you're watching me from Nigeria, I mean, have you? Right. This happened, and I think we should all share it. Nigerian naira notes and the wahala that is coming with it.
Give me my money immediately. Which kind of rubbish is this? Pay my money immediately. You don't get money, you can't buy food. I'm giving my money. Which kind of rubbish?
I buy food for art. 400.
I know who see this kind of money before. I know they collect. I know they collect. What do you do? This how they play. Pay my money immediately. Give me this kind of thing.
Okay. I buy something for her and I give her money. You know what this money?
You must pay my money now. What is your money? You this one.
Madam, leave me alone.
You have to become my help. You don't have to be here. You must pay my money. I'm paying my money. I'm not collecting. I'm not collecting. Give me the money. I know that they use money.
Give me money. They just do it.
You must give me money. I know they collect this money. This money is still not money. No one will pay for you if you don't give me my money.
I buy something for her. So as I buy them, I can't give her this money. If they start selling water, send her straight money.
I never see her like and I know they collect. Give me my money. I don't believe it for you.
I buy food for her. Sure you get. I can't give her money. If they tell me say this money na fake, I tell her say na the new money they go dey talk to them.
I know they give me my money. Give me my money. I know they collect. Give me my money immediately. Which kind of rubbish is this? Pay my money immediately. You don't get money, you can't buy food. I'm giving my money. Which kind of rubbish?
I buy food for art. 400.
I know who see this kind of money before. I know they collect. I know they collect. What do you do? This how they play. Pay my money immediately. Give me this kind of thing.
Okay. I buy something for her and I give her money. You know what this money?
You must pay my money now. What is your money? You this one.
Madam, leave me alone.
You have to become my help. You don't have to be here. You must pay my money. I'm paying my money. I'm not collecting. I'm not collecting. Give me the money. I know that they use money.
They just do it.
You must give me money. I know they collect this money. This money is still not money. No one will pay for you if you don't give me my money.
I buy something for her. So as I buy them, I can't give her this money. If they start selling water, send her straight money.
I never see her like and I know they collect. Give me my money. I don't believe it for you.
I buy food for her. Sure you get. I can't give her money. If they tell me say this money na fake, I tell her say na the new money they go dey talk to them.
I know they give me my money. Give me my
Wahala. And in Kolu's voice, if you want to, you must be able to fight with the something like if you Kolu, give me motivation because I'm sweating from that stress. A motivation or something.
Who say if you want to wrestle with pink, you're ready to get it. Standing with the book, I am ready to get it. Philosopher
said one philosopher said something about if you want to wrestle with it, you must be willing to get. I'm sorry, I'm such a terrible person.
Philosopher who say if you want to wrestle with pink, you're ready to get it. Standing with the book, I am ready to get it.
Thank you. And thank you. So for the sake of those who are watching me from Nigeria, that money is not fake. However, maybe this will help you. They have recolored your money and you have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 days or 6 days now to change that your money. If you have 200 naira notes, let's not that one be red. I think so. So your 200 naira, this is what your 200 naira look like now in Nigeria. It's not fake. You know, your 200 naira used to be green. Abi, 200, it used to be green, but they don't mix the color. This is what it looks like now, front and back. They repainted it. So your 500 naira is also not fake when you see anything like this. It is called recoloring. Change your color, change your style. So if you see 500, it is no longer pink. It is now green. It's not fake. Now, if you see, your 1,000 naira, for those of you who know what your 50 naira looks like, this is what your 1,000 naira look like now. It is no longer brown. It is a mixture of both, blue and brown. I don't know what that is, but this is what it looks like now. I hope when you receive one, may you not go injure person in anger with what Nigeria has done to many people today. Somebody is coming to come and dupe you. Take your, you know what I mean? And then maybe you have to also pay attention. Let me show you those details again, okay? Pay attention to the details. What makes, what you should look out for. You see, this is what your 200 naira looks like once again. This is what your 500 naira looks like once again. And your 1,000 naira